If you smash a woman raw diggity, you can't renegity on your deed. Then when the woman says she's pregnant, you never liked her from the start. So the fact that you never liked her, there's no way possible that you could take care of the kid.
Welcome back to another video. Hope your day is going good. Just like the intro, this is a different kind of video. I seen this on my timeline and I was like, what is this? It says Duke at Duke Dennis AMP, procreating and skating 101 for men who love casual sex, link in description. What?
No comment.
Make this a long yap fest, but this is a very special moment.
Listen, basis loaded, bottom of the night. I have to make this video because this just hits too close to home. When it's all said and done, my dad, just like Duke Dennis, they went in the military, and what happened is they started to procreate and skate. And when I say the term procreate and skate, it sounds, like a rhyme. But these guys, what they're doing is they're meeting the woman, they're dating, then they're procreating, and then they're skating. And it must come to an end because it's a generational cycle.
No sense at
this
first.
is a generational run.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now. Instead of just saying they just fucking eat her, laying and then they clearing it. Even though with the baby.
Yeah.
Where guys are procreating and skating on the woman. And you have to think about it. And these are the mindsets of the guys that are procreating and skating. If you smash a woman raw diggity, and what happens is you can't renegity on your deed, then when the woman says she's pregnant, you never liked her from the start. You only like her thighs. You only like her body. You only like her smile, but you never like her. So the fact that you never like her, there's no way possible that you could take care of the kid because you never liked her. Now, this is a mother of Duke Dennis. And I'm ahead of my time. I told you, these women are wearing fishnet stockings out in public, looking like the Little Mermaid. And she's sitting with her legs open. And this is a great woman. She just needs a real man to say, you don't have to do this. Because what happens is most women feel, because they never experienced love. They have songs out there, I want to know how it feels to be loved. Because most women never experience love, so they feel the only way that a man is going to love them is unless she gives the man, the cookies. But what happens is he's going to take the cookies and turn into the...
Okay, that is fact. But I don't know how I feel about you saying a man coming in and say you don't have to do this. Because she ain't finna do what she want to do, play.
The Cookie Monster, and then take off his Sesame Street outfit and then turn into a professional figure skater. This is what's going on. This woman literally is saying Duke Dennis does not come and see his child. He has to stream. These guys were not ready. They're still in their zone stage. They're still streaming. They're still procreating. They're not in the stage.
Oh, damn. They say this nigga got 6, 8 of them.
Damn. That's crazy.
They say he moving in the future.
Hey, I guess he took the playbook for real. They did say he studied future.
Yeah, but I'm not finna lie. Alright, so fuck, I don't want to put niggas under the bus. There was a content creator who I really liked watching in my personal time in this whole come up. In fact, some of them, no, I won't even go that far. But he's the one that exposed one of the Jones that was Duke's baby mama. And I thought that was kind of messy. I like, bro, Since when are we talking on other niggas' Johns?
Yeah.
That ain't P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably the only. I can see this nigga do a bunch of non-P things, but that was the most non-P thing I ever see this nigga do, bro. For a nigga who called himself the P.S. to ever do it. Not taking no shots. I'm just calling it how I see it, brother. I gotta keep it real. Hopefully, y'all don't know who I'm talking about because I don't want to try to get in no drama. I just want to say, bro, I don't like all that messy ass shit. We're men. Let's not speak on shit that doesn't really concern us, fam. That's it.
Where they can kick their feet up yet. And that's why I'm telling you guys, wait until
valid.
you can kick your
Some
feet up.
man shit.
That's when you go out and vet. That's when you meet a woman. That's when you make it official. That's when you impregnate her. And then if you meet a woman like this that you saw as royalty, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, you could see a woman with fishnet stockings. You could see it as royalty. And guess what? You can take it to Saks Fifth Avenue and say, listen, in the words of Jay-Z, let's just change clothes. That's it. Because other people might not see her like royalty, but you saw her as royalty. And at the end of the day, she just needs a little fine tuning. She just needs a little oil change. And at the end of the day, that's it. And you guys have to understand, this is another mother of Duke Dennis. So he has about 6 to 7 kids in the community that he's not taking care of, and other people have to take care of his community. See, the biggest thing in
doesn't want to be
community,
kept.
there's a phrase, it takes a village to raise a child. No, it takes a man that is hitting these women, in the words of Old Dirty Bastard, ooh, baby, I like it raw. It takes a man that is hitting these women raw to literally take care of his own kids. We don't need the village to raise his kids. If he's running around, anything over 5 kids, if you're not seeing your kids, you need to go to jail. They need to pass a law. If you make over 5 kids and you're skating on 5 kids and you're not in the Olympics, you need we have to set up some type of law or some type of citizen's arrest. Somebody has to check men that are skating on their kids. This is not right. My dad skated on me. No love lost, but it is what it is. He slammed skaters.
So you feel bad because your dad skated on you. I get your opinion, bro. Bro, Allah? Because living his best life? Well, listen, gang, I'm not saying that what he's doing is right, but you gotta think about his perspective. Let me get into the music bag. Let me see, what kind of tunes do I need for this? I'll get into something maybe later. Let me the real thing that we need to get here is that if he met the perfect woman, the woman of his dreams, a woman that could satiate his desires, didn't come on no bullshit and wasn't expecting something, because this nigga has money now. It's hard to trust people when you have money. Am I lying?
No.
You feel like people have an ulterior motive. And so if he met a woman that genuinely was moving and made him feel like, damn, she got my best interest, she got me first, I'm sure, gang, we wouldn't be seeing the skating. We lock in. Every man wants to feel that one woman that got his back, bro. No matter what they say. Because we're finna get older and we all need the person who's finna wipe your ass. You feel me? Unless you're finna go to a retirement home. Maybe them just come back and put you in one later. Who knows?
Triple axel.
But from the sound of this nigga, he not putting his daddy in a retirement home. He see his daddy again, he be like, nigga, yeah, nigga, he wasn't there for me.
He was out. And the problem is with a lot of men is they get caught up in this Egyptian nonsense. He's in the Greek. He's initiated. He sold his soul. And when you sold your soul, they take you back to the days of Egypt when you had to worship false gods. So anybody you see with the Sphinx, because also the Alpha fraternity, they also praise and show reverence to the Sphinx. So when you see those little Egyptian little heads that used to be outside of the temples back in the day, these guys are in deep, dark practices. So the fact that they're in a dark place, they don't want to give up women in a dark place. I feel like if you sold your soul, you should be all dedicated to Lucifer. You don't need Lucy, you need Lucifer. But no, these guys, they are in a dark place. And instead of telling women, listen, what we did behind the scenes, they took an oath. They can't talk about it. So they're acting normal, but they have on Egyptian sphinx tattoos. And this man never, I mean, he probably been to Egypt, but he doesn't know about Egypt. So what they do in the melanated community is they brainwash all these guys in the D9, tell them we used to be kings. But when has it a king to not take care of his kids?
This does sound very familiar.
So all you got to do is put the Egyptian tattoo, or all you got to do is take a paddle, throw on some Greek letters and say it's not really from Greece, it's really from Egypt because they stole from Greece, stole from Egypt. This is the deception that guys have to do to get inside of a woman's vagina. It goes to show that procreation is a real serious deal. People got to stream
deception.
SEX.
Hold on. How did you connect that dot though? I don't know, gang. He just went from one dot to another without connecting them.
Yeah.
Like this nigga, hold on. Let me see how much viewers, how much subscribers this nigga got. 48K. I don't know, bro. No, bro. This is why we're gonna watch random videos again.
For SEX. Now, this was the woman before the baby. And all these women that look good, got the flat stomach, nice thighs, let them walk by. Let somebody else do them dirty, but you don't do them dirty. Because what happens is men just need to be trained. We just need some type of content out here to help men respect women. When Kevin Samuels was alive, he tried to use marriage as a cover up to disrespect women by telling women you're average at best. He was calling them Big Shirley and being disrespectful, and everybody
Jesus Christ. No. Nah, we're not doing that. No. Kevin Samuels on the outside looked, and I thought the same way. It looked like he was damaging the community by he was putting women down. He had to, because women's egos had gotten so fucking inflated, fam. They got inflated with the prices, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The price of pussy went to the moon. You see, Jack
So he had to break
down. Jackie from the street felt like she was Kim Kardashian.
Bring him to the 40. Bitch ain't getting 100.
Yeah, Big Shirley, yeah, you're average at best. And he was destroying women. Specifically, he was destroying melanated women. And people celebrated. It was one of the nastiest times in the history in this world that people celebrated a man that was telling women that they're average at best. Every woman is beautiful. If God created her, she is beautiful. But like I said, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So you might look at an art piece and be like, this means nothing to me. Then a billionaire might look at Eve, the rapper, and say, listen, Eve, you don't have to make music. I got you, bills are paid. So Swiss Beats gonna see the beauty in Eve. DMX gonna see the beauty in Eve. But guess what? A billionaire, a white billionaire, came and saw the beauty in Eve. No divide, let it breathe. Now, this is what guys do. Before they skate off with a woman, because they don't start off as speed skaters, what they do is they start off as, figure skaters. What they do is they have the choreography with the woman. They take the woman on a date. They let her eat the plate.
This guy, man.
They drive.
Hey, man. Thank God for my mom and dad every day, man. Thank you, Lord. Because you know what? My mom and dad weren't perfect, but they would have slapped the shit out of me if I came with any type of bullshit like this.
In their cars, listen to Escape. But the whole time, they have a plan to escape. Escape, that's the R&B group, by the way. So what happens is they're with the woman, they're making her feel great, the choreography's great. Oh, you the only one, you the only one. Then when she feels comfortable, they tell themselves in the back of their mind, I'm gonna hit it raw. I'm gonna put a baby in her. You guys have to understand the baby decision really comes to the man. People don't realize that. But when it's all said and done, after guys get the cat, this is what they go. They go from figure skaters to speed skaters, and then they're gone. They're off. My dad did it. Your dad probably did it. Duke Dennis. A lot of guys are going to do this.
This is the reality that men do when they're not satisfied. Every man does do this, bro. At some point, I was a loyal man at first. Then a woman broke my heart. And then what I did in turn? I turned into a, what he called, a speedster.
Speed skater, bro.
A speed skater.
Uh-huh.
A road runner. I prefer road runner. I don't skate like that. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to come to terms and realize with maturity, and every man comes to maturity at a different age. For me, it came early, 27. I started to say, you know what? I don't need to do this shit no more. It's not bringing me any joy. And TRaw can attest to this because he would hear me say it every once in a blue moon. Bro, in fact, you could tell the people. We used to talk about hoes damn near every day throwback, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right. How until we talk about hoes now?
Barely ever.
Calm down, bro. It's nothing to me now. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's when you're in the mode to start settling down, it's not exciting to talk about vagina. You know what I'm saying?
That comes with maturity too, bro.
Yeah.
When you young, you feel me? It's like a contest. You want to see who smashed the most females.
Yeah.
You want to see who got the most females, who can get the most females.
Yeah.
But when you're older, you already have the experience. So that shit is...
You know what I feel like it comes from too? It's like, men, we don't really try to actively gauge each other's physical attraction. We don't do that. Like, I don't look at you and be like, I think my nigga handsome or something like that.
No.
If it was like you're dating a female, females are our judge to determine how attractive we are to the other sex. And so that's how we rank. Like, I know I pull more hoes than this nigga. You hear niggas say that all the time. That's how we rank our attractiveness against each other as heterosexual. Oh, yeah. That's when I hear men actually give each other a rating, I'd be like, you're gay.
Oh, yeah.
I never knew that. Like, we, as heterosexual men, we gauge each other's attractiveness based off how many hoes we can pull.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's no need to actually say whether we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's fact.
No, it'd be crazy when niggas be like, oh, you're insecure. No, because I don't need to see you in that way.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm only looking at females, bro.
For sure.
Because they never liked the woman from the start. They only liked the woman for her body, her aesthetics, her looks. That's not good enough. Beauty is vanity, it's fleeting. Last week, I was 200 pounds walking around as one of the strongest men in Phoenix until I twist my ankle. Now I'm walking around like, you know, a puppy looking for a house. I still have the heart, but according to my body, I'm not at the moment that strong as I used to be.
From the point.
So you guys have to understand, a lot of these guys, they walk around acting like figure skaters, but meanwhile they're speed skaters. And as soon as they get that cat,
okay, that's the analogy. It's because we keep pausing, but I get his analogy now. He's saying they turn to speed skaters till they hurt their ankle, then they walk around whimpering like a puppy, looking for somewhere to lay their head, which is the next female.
Yeah.
Then as soon as she nursed them back to health, yeah.
These guys are gone. Pew! Speedy Gonzalez. Never to return for the woman, never to return for the kids. And you have to think common sense. If you never liked the woman from the start, why would you go see the kid? The kid is attached to the woman. If you don't like the woman, you don't like the kid. People got to understand there's a reason guys
bro.
procreate and they're not
One
in the
thing,
house. How can you be in the house?
I don't know how much further I'm going with this video. We're already 20 minutes in. Our end. This is a 14-minute video. But this man has upset me throughout this whole video. I'm not finna lie. Now, I'm not saying he's not spitting accuracy. It's just his mindset behind it. You get what I'm saying? The mindset of why he's speaking behind this. We honestly know that women also play a part in why the man doesn't settle down as well. Right? So what? He doesn't want to settle down with that baby mother. That's his prerogative. You know? I don't get why we should be jumping down the next man when we ain't fixed our shoebox. Your shoebox probably need a lot of fixing up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I do not practice preaching on other people's situations, especially like a nigga who's up. A nigga who's up, like, unless he doing some fucked up shit that's immorally wrong. I'm not speaking on a situation. What he's doing is not immoral. From what I know, from my point of view, I know Duke to be a man that still tries to be in his children's life. And he doesn't want to put his kids on the life. Because I seen a clip of him reacting to somebody calling DDG's son ugly. And he literally said it. This is why he don't put his shit up on. I get him. I wouldn't either. If I do, when I have my children, y'all will never see them. Unless they want to be. When they get to that age that they're cognizant enough to know what the pressure is behind this shit and they choose to do it, that's on them. But I never put it on them to be like, oh, I need views. Let me get my baby and this shit and gotta build a family channel. No, nigga. I much want my girl on this shit, nigga. And now y'all niggas think y'all can go in the street and try to hold at her. Oh, he's trying to steal Jordan's girl.
Yeah.
Nigga, we can play like that because I'll shoot you, my man, bitch. I ain't finna lie to you. Back to the video.
When the mother is attached to the kid. If you don't like the mother, you're not gonna naturally like the kid. Now, I want to shout out to everybody from Italy, or if you have family from Italy, or if you're Italian, shout out to everybody from Italy. Because my favorite movie was called Goodfellas, and the guy was cheating. And this is Paulie. Paulie's the OG. He's the older guy. He keeps the community intact. And he noticed one of his younger guys, he was cheating on his wife. And Paulie sat down and said, listen, I understand. He found him at his new condo. He said, you got to go back home. Paulie said, I understand, but you got to go back home. You got to go back home. Paulie was not playing. Paulie did not allow an Italian man to run around and destroy his family. Paulie wasn't having it. We need more people like Paulie. And I'm going to say this again. We need more people like Paulie. Paulie wasn't having it. His hands is up in the air. Paulie said, you got to go back home. You got to go back home. Paulie said, I'm not trying to hear it. You got to go back home. And then somebody said, why she wearing that fit, just chilling in the house? See-through stockings. She needs views. She needs money. Duke Dennis is gone. And this lady said, when I find out that a man that has a lot of kids, you know, and baby mamas, she doesn't find that attractive. It shouldn't be. In the words of Paula, you got to go back home. Go and take care of your house. You know, when my dad took off, he's been gone forever. He's been gone since the 90s. He's been gone. That's what these guys do. No disrespect to my dad, and shout out to my dad, you know, for providing the lifestyle. But most of these guys, they'll provide a lifestyle, but they're not with the kids. So unless you grew up without a dad, you don't see the generational run that is going on. And guess what? My dad did the same thing to him and try to deliver the same speech. Oh man, I wish I could change. My dad did the same thing with me. I said, it's okay, the past is over. You guys have to understand, my dad he been skating for at least, I would say, about 3 decades. Damn. So this is what they do. It's not just Duke Dennis. This is real. It goes on, but we're not supposed to talk about this. We're supposed to talk about W supremacy and we're an extra large daishiki. Somebody said, oh, Duke too old to not take care of his kids. They do not care. They are procreating and skating, riding old schools, riding Daytons, They are like the guy from the turkey leg hut. We got that video coming. These men do not care. They see women as BICTH, and that's it. They see her as a BICTH. Nothing more, nothing less. But if she look good, I'm going to get something from this BICTH, and that's just it. And then when a baby pops up, they don't want nothing to do with that BICTH. That's the mindset. This is why we must see women as royalty. Because even if she is a quote unquote 304 and she approaches us, we can say, listen, you're still a royalty. Your king awaits you. We need to talk to these women like how gladiators were talking to these women. You guys have to understand, back in the day, women used to literally want to just sniff the sweat of a gladiator. They wanted to sniff the sweat of a warrior. We are gladiators. We are warriors. They can sniff our sweat, but we have to let them know, you need to wait for your king. We are not your kings. We are on a path to Prague. We are on a path to Czech Republic. We are on a path to Croatia. We are on a path to Brazil. But stay safe until the meantime, until your king finds you. You cannot come in our kingdom. That's how we need to talk to these women. We need to treat them like royalty. Even if they want to sneak in our kingdom, we let them know, you cannot come in the royal kingdom over here, but you're still a royalty and your king will await. That's how we need to treat women. But no, a lot of these guys, they just want to procreate, skate, and then date again. Rinse, wash, repeat. It's a cycle of a generational curse that must be destroyed starting now. This is a revolution. We know women look good. 31 flavors. But guess what? Life is not Baskin Robbins. We can appreciate the 31 flavors. We can look and don't touch, look and don't lust. But at the end of the day, we have to catch that bus to our destination. We have a date with destiny. Let it breathe and treat all women good. Treat them with respect. If you treat them with respect, they will never go to the internet
I didn't see you throw that bit.
what you're not doing because you treat them good. Let it breathe.
Yeah, man. I don't condone procreating and skating, bro. That's why I don't have no kids right now. Because I feel like I have to find the right woman in order to procreate. Like, I don't think all the allegations that been thrown on Duke Dennis, bro, because we don't know what this man is doing. You feel me? I've never heard any of these baby mamas come up and say that he was a deadbeat, that he wasn't taking care of his kids. You feel me? So I don't like the allegations being thrown on Duke. But like I said, I don't condone the procreating and skating, bro. Y'all boys take care of your kids, man.
All right, man. You made it to the end of another video. If you made it this far, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. You know, can't do none of this without y'all. We're gonna see y'all in the next video. Where's the rest of the next videos? And you know, tap into the Discord. Best place to catch us and you know, stay up to date with what we got going on.